Wu Lei finally admits it is Zhao Lusi his favorite. This moment made fans melt. The moment started like any other normal appearance. No dramatic announcement, no official statement, no warning. But sometimes, the most powerful moments are the quiet ones. The ones that slip out naturally, without planning. And this was one of them. Because when Wu Lei answered that question, fans felt something shift. Something subtle, something real. And suddenly, everyone was asking the same question at once. Did Wu Lei just quietly admit that Zhao Lusi is his favorite? At first, nobody reacted. The moment passed quickly. Wu Lei smiled, spoke calmly, and continued as if nothing unusual had happened. But fans are never slow. Within minutes, clips began circulating. People replayed the moment again and again, slowing it down, watching his expression, listening to his tone, and noticing what felt different this time. He didn't say her name directly, and that's what makes this moment so powerful. Instead, he spoke about someone who made working feel comfortable, someone who understood him without needing explanations, someone whose presence made long days feel lighter. The words were simple, the delivery was casual, but the feeling behind them felt familiar. Too familiar for fans who have followed Wu Lei's career closely. And then came the smile. It wasn't a big smile. It wasn't a performance smile. It was soft, almost shy. The kind of smile that appears when someone thinks about a memory they didn't expect to revisit out loud. And right after that, Wu Lei paused for half a second, longer than usual, as if realizing how his words might sound. That pause changed everything. Fans immediately connected the dots, not because they wanted to force a narrative, but because this wasn't the first time Wu Lei spoke like this. Longtime fans remembered past interviews, behind-the-scenes moments, and casual conversations where his tone shifted in the exact same way, always around one specific name, Zhao Lusi. Their history together is well known, but not because of scandals or headlines. It's known because of comfort, because of ease, because of how natural everything felt when they were together on screen and off. There was never loud flirting, never forced closeness, just quiet understanding. And fans remember that. That's why this moment hit so deeply. As clips spread, comments flooded in. Some fans said, "This feels like her." Others wrote, "Why does he sound different?" And many simply said, "We all know who he means." What made this moment even more emotional was what Wu Lei didn't do afterward. He didn't laugh it off. He didn't clarify. He didn't correct the interpretation. He simply moved on, continuing the conversation as if nothing special had happened. But that silence only made fans more convinced. Because when something truly means nothing, people deny it immediately. Fans started comparing this moment to older interviews. In past appearances, when asked similar questions, Wu Lei usually gave generic answers, professional answers, safe answers. But this time, the words felt personal, the tone felt warmer, and the timing felt too perfect. Some fans pointed out that Zhao Lusi had recently been active in a more low-key way as well. No loud promotions, no dramatic headlines, just subtle appearances. And fans know that when both stay quiet at the same time, it usually means they're focusing inward, not outward. Of course, not everyone agreed. Some viewers argued that Wu Lei was simply answering honestly about teamwork, that fans were reading too much into normal words, that celebrities speak like this all the time. And that's fair. But what made this moment stand out wasn't just the words, it was the reaction. The comments section changed instantly. People weren't arguing aggressively, they were reminiscing, sharing old clips, posting screenshots, remembering moments when Wu Lei and Zhao Lusi shared similar expressions, similar smiles, similar energy. It became less about proof and more about feeling. And feelings are powerful. One fan wrote, "Even if nothing is happening now, you can tell she mattered to him." Another said, "He doesn't talk like this about just anyone." And someone else simply wrote, "This made me emotional for no reason." That's when you know a moment has weight. Another detail fans noticed was how Wu Lei adjusted his posture slightly right after speaking. He leaned back, exhaled softly, and nodded once, a gesture often associated with finishing a thought. You didn't. plan to say out loud. These are tiny things, easy to miss, but fans don't miss them. And here's the most important part. Wu Lei has always been careful with his words. He's known for professionalism and control, so when something slips through that feels genuine, fans pay attention. They trust moments like this more than any rumor, article, or staged interaction. This wasn't a confession, but it felt like acknowledgement. Acknowledgement that Zhao Lusi wasn't just another co-star, that she wasn't just another name on a project list, that she left an impression strong enough to still shape how he speaks years later. And maybe that's why fans melted. Because sometimes, love isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't demand attention. Sometimes, it just exists quietly, showing up in tone, in pauses, in smiles that appear without permission. As discussions continued, some fans went back to Zhao Lusi's own recent interviews and livestream moments. They noticed similar patterns, similar softness when talking about past connections, similar avoidance of names, similar gentle smiles followed by quick topic changes. None of this proves anything, but together it creates a picture of two people who shared something meaningful, something that didn't disappear just because time passed or projects ended. And that's why this moment mattered. Not because Wu Lei admitted anything officially, but because he allowed himself to feel something publicly, even if only for a second. In an industry built on performance, moments like this stand out because they feel human. By the end of the clip, fans weren't demanding confirmation. They weren't asking for dating news. They were simply grateful. Grateful for a moment that felt real. Grateful for a reminder that connections don't vanish overnight. And grateful that, for once, something wasn't exaggerated or forced. It just was. So what do you think? Do you believe Wu Lei was simply speaking generally, and fans are reading too much into a harmless moment? Or do you feel like many fans do, that this was a quiet admission not of a relationship, but of importance? Because sometimes, saying someone is your favorite doesn't require saying their name at all. It only requires honesty. And if moments like this make you emotional, curious, or nostalgic, then you're exactly why these stories matter. Make sure you subscribe to Abnun Star News, because these quiet moments don't disappear, they return in different forms. And the next one might be even more revealing than this.